Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I think that's working. There we go. Somebody say something.
No.
Hello.
All right.
You're not my
Perfect.
dad.
No,
Hooray.
I am your dad.
All right. Very good. So, welcome back, guys, for episode 3 of Rogue Trader The Breach for 40k campaign here on Twitch. Yes. Let's do a very quick roundtable. Apologies again for the delay if you're watching the live stream right now. As we had some things to take care of beforehand, but now we're here and we're ready to roll. So, let's start with Sheepy, our GM.
Hello.
Sheepy. Sometimes
You said quick. You
did.
said
Okay.
quick.
Did say quick.
He's our
Was that-
GM. Moving on.
Was that quick or not?
Nope, that's fine. That's fine. Hippie.
She didn't want a one pump chump, but that works.
Yeah, yeah. Keep that in mind for next time. Making decisions in my life.
Name's Crazy Hippie. I'm a Radicaster on Twitch, and I'm playing the wonderful Orc Gorefist. Should be a good time. Gonna rip some of his arm off again.
Yes. Yes. All right. McLoken.
Hi, I'm McLoken. I do stuff from time to time.
Okay, very good. How about Allie?
Hi, I'm Allie. I do cosplay and art, and I play Ophelia. So, yeah.
Fantastic. Of course, we have Bobby.
What's up, guys? I'm Bobby on Twitch. I'm playing Marius Actian, our navigator, and I want to fuck some shit up today. So
Heck yeah.
that's the goal.
Yeah.
All right,
We
very
will
good.
do the fucking of shit today.
See, I set the bar really low, and everyone else looks amazing in comparison.
The proper way to be a GM. Make everybody
Yeah.
else look really good.
See,
Um,
quick but satisfying, Sheepy. That's what you need to go for.
yeah, quick
Not
but
just quick.
satisfying. All right, I'm Metamancer. I am going to be playing Delta Morn for you guys today, the rogue trader of the campaign, who is a drunk and really good at it. Anyway, let's jump right into everything. Get a quick recap from Sheepy and get into the next phase with episode 3. Take it away.
So, in the previous episode of The Breach, our crew had learnt of a ace pilot who knew a way through the breach. Unfortunately, he had been kidnapped by another rogue trader. The crew rushed to their ship, warped easily because we didn't have Bobby last week. They warped easily through to sneak up on the. Oh crap! I deleted the ship. I can't remember what it's called. It doesn't matter. It's dead. Heliotropes. That's what it's called. They snuck up on the rogue trader's ship, the Heliotropes, unleashed a barrage of fire, boarded it, destroyed shit, ran into Fred Ward, the pilot, who decided that it was better to be on a ship that wasn't exploded, and went back with them to their ship. After having a little bit of an argument as to whether they wanted to do something with the ship, rogue trader Delta Morn decided to blow it up. It was heartily blown up. Children whose birthday it was may have been ejected out into space. We don't know. The orc, Grimfist, went with his boys to go salvage what they could. They salvaged what they could and have very little to work with due to bad rolls. And yeah, there was a bit of a standoff when Fred Ward didn't like the way he was being talked to / threatened by, and held a gun to his head until they decided to work together. He signed a contract, signing him on with the Morn Rogue Trader family, and they headed to the breach, very carefully piloting their way through a dead area where the guns could not hit them. They slipped through a crack. It's actually like a massive, scar in the wall, but, in terms of proportion, it's just a little crack. They slipped through and they ended up on the other side of the breach, and this is where we come in. So, The way this is going to work from here on out, you have a vast sector of space to explore. You will rely on your navigator to a certain degree to discover systems. Once you get rolling, you should be able to find charts, if you're lucky, that will reveal other systems and other places to go. Maybe even warp routes. To start off, let's go to Marius.
Okay.
I'm assuming you're in the fight deck with your scopes and your things. And
I'm not. Would I be hooked in right now? Are we currently in the warp?
you are
Or are
not
we, like in the breach, basically?
Yeah, you've just kind of come through the wall.
Cool.
You've seen that there aren't any guns on this side. You've taken a moment to appreciate what you've managed, and now you are basically having a little bit of a plunge through the warp to see if there are any systems nearby.
Okay. If that's the case, then yeah, after coming to the breach, I would hook myself back up to my unit. It's like a helmet, and there's like a whole bunch of different like pipes and tubes that come out of this thing, and I sit back into it and I place it on my head, and then my staff also fits into a slot at the base of the seat that I kind of use to channel my vision through. And is this a roll? What do you want me to roll for this?
This would be a perception, and if you're using like ship systems, I think will give you a +10 as well.
Ship systems?
Yeah, just like scan-ins and
oh, okay.
Maybe like amplifying your powers slightly.
Sure. So I'll be rolling with a +10.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to use the other +10 that we get as well. So we're going with a +20.
That is understandable.
And I'll mark that off. Okay. Here we go. Boom.
1.7 degrees of success. Let's have a look here. Okay, so we will go to this, and then this. Oh, apologies. Okay, there we go. So you have three systems that you have discovered, all fairly close by to each other.
Cool. Okay.
So you can report this to the group and the captain specifically. Let them know that you have no information about the systems. They're like a shadow in the warp. That lets you basically know that there's kind of an area where most likely planets and suns and stuff are.
Okay. Probably before I would report to Captain Morn, I would look for a little bit more information if I could on each of the three, other than just like I found three, just so we could make a decision on what way we're going to go.
All right. Look here. There is nothing you can find out about them.
Cool.
Nothing extra. If there was like distortions in the warp, if there was any kind of like specific dangers about them or anything, you might be able to pick up on that. As far as you can tell, though, they're not dangerous. You're not going to turn up into like a warp storm or anything like that.
Okay. And did you say these are planets or just like anomalies?
These are
systems.
Most likely systems.
Cool.
From what you can tell, they all have planets orbiting around suns.
Okay. Well, I'm still channeled in, and as the tubes and stuff are hooked up and I'm staring into the warp, it's almost like there's like a bright fluorescent blue liquid that is pumping through my chair and into the helmet. But as I'm just sort of holding on to the staff, Captain Morn, I've located 3 different systems that we could potentially investigate.
Oh yeah, okay. Great. So anything in particularly interesting on, we're going to just like roll a dice or something?
Well, there's nothing particularly descriptive about them other than I know their location, which is typically a good thing, to be honest.
Well, yeah, it's probably good we know where the planets are so that we don't, crash into them.
There are no anomalies. It's up to you which one we take. And I'm going to, at my station, I'm assuming there's maybe a little note, computer terminal. I'm just going to enter the data roughly into a little chart system and just fling that to the main display screens to try kind of show her where the systems are that I found.
So Marius strikes me as someone fairly meticulous. Would you like to name these systems as a group or individually?
I probably, at least when we discover them, I wouldn't go out of my way to talk about naming them, but in my notes I would probably have my own naming system for every discovery. But that would just be for myself and for my house.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's just that's not going to work for me. Yeah, so you guys have 3 systems you can go to. I'm just in the process of just kind of giving them a random designation for you to refer to them as. If you'd like to have a quick conference as to where you're going, or however you'd like to decide, you guys can chime in through Vox or come to the bridge, which is where these 2 are, depending on what you'd like to do. And the same will go to Bloke when he's back.
I think I'll go to the bridge because Delta and Marius are both there. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go and join.
Yeah. Okay. I've already begun my drinking. I mean, I don't really stop drinking, so I guess it don't really matter. Right. Okay. So I don't know. Just pick one. What which one feels good to you?
Number 2.
Number 2. How's that feel?
It feels perfect.
Great.
That's the one we'll go with. It's the
Okay.
middle, it's the farthest, but there must be some reason you said 2.
No.
Random.
Just random chance. I think. No, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. We're going to go to 2. And if that one doesn't work out, we got 2 others to pick from. So it's really just fine. I feel like. Maybe. Or we're all going to die there, and that's fine too.
Oh, we won't die. We're fine.
Oh, okay.
This is a beautiful ship. A wonderful crew.
Oh,
Right.
thanks.
Motivational speaker right here.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You should probably meet the new pilot. I know you were into your research when we crossed and all that, but he's kind of a dick. Just letting you know.
What does he pilot specifically?
He's just a fighter pilot or something along those lines. I mean, technically he knew how to get through the breach, so he must be good for something, but other than that, he's really good at talking a lot of crap and arguing with me.
Oh, he'd fit in well in high society.
True.
I'd like to meet him at some point. Do we have a canteen or a kitchen of some sort? I'm quite thirsty.
Yeah, we do. There's plenty of places to go.
Me too. Grab a drink and I'll be right back. I'm gonna wander off, trying to find the kitchen really quick. I'm going as fast as I can, which is not overly fast because I'm kind of crippled slightly. But I'm hobbling out of there.
Finding the kitchen really quick is a 30-minute journey to go find the cafeteria. Basically.
Well, don't we know where it is because we're familiar with the ship? Can't we just tell them?
This is a big ship, so it could take 30 minutes to go walk there.
No, yeah, but
Yeah. I mean, I believe in terms of length, the ship is 1.7 kilometers or something like that long.
Yeah. Almost 2 kilometers in length, so.
I start probably I probably get 4 or 5 minutes away and I'm nowhere close. I probably see a ship map and I'm just scrolling on the map and I realize I'm it's you are here kind of arrow.
Yeah.
I just shake my head. I'm already out of breath and I just walk back to the bridge. empty-handed.
So have we decided on a route already?
We're going to number 2 on the planets list. So 1, 2, 3, I think, from the top down.
Wait, did I not? Okay, wait 1 sec. I should do. Yeah, okay, I'm being dumb.
I
There we
would
go.
like to mention that after he left, I'm guessing Ophelia would have grabbed something out of her pockets or something that's a pastry, and we both were probably eating it by the time he walks back in.
Yes.
Just
yes,
to mess with
absolutely.
him.
I'm sorry it's a little bit stale at this point, but
It's
it's still
fine.
good.
That's okay.
Do you perhaps have one from me? I do
Yes,
love pastry.
absolutely. Yeah, and I just take out another like an egg biscuit kind of thing with like the frosting on top and give it.
It looks like it's been accidentally sat on.
Here you go.
I'm sure it's fine, and I eat it
Yeah.
like quite quickly. What's it taste like?
It
I mean, it's from the
tastes-
fancy place.
Stale
So-
pastry, probably.
It
Stale.
tastes a
Stale
little
pastry.
bit stale, but still sugary and a lot nicer than the kind of standard mess that is given to the Voidfarers.
Yeah, I really stocked up. I literally took my arm and just shoveled everything into my pockets that they offered. So
Where did you
So,
get
sorry, the designations for the planets are up. So if you just let me know which one you want.
CV824.
Okay. Let me. You guys carry on. I'm just going to bring up the planet that you're going to.
Do you guys, anybody else notice the way he said okay? Just want to point that out there.
no takebacks.
No, I love that. Those are my favorite ones.
Yeah.
No, you guys.
No, please, go on.
It's fine.
It's fine.
You can totally go to a different system if you like.
No, we're going there.
Okay.
I picked it.
Well, when you're ready, we'll do the. Let me just grab the.
Oh yeah, Ward hasn't met Bobby's character yet, so.
Yeah.
I told him about Fred Ward, but mostly that he was a dick and likes to argue.
Yeah, we never resolved the grog thing.
That's true. That's true.
The grog thing. Was there a grog?
I challenged him to a grog off.
Oh, shit.
Ophelia,
Orc
It
grog
was,
off.
it was not. No. It was not a grog off. You were like, you have to take a shot of grog, or the orc is gonna eat me.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
you didn't want
It was,
to.
it was
I didn't want
basically,
to.
I saw he was weak, and so that was the trial
But
of strength.
Then you guys
Wait,
are
is-
forcing me.
Grim and Ward are not on the bridge, right?
No, I'm still in the engine room,
Yeah.
blasting loud orc music and doing.
Ophelia's gonna go on the Vox and really loudly sing Ward and Grim come to the bridge. Just over and over until they say something. Just very annoyingly singing over the Vox.
So, what happens when I take a shot of grog, though?
You may die. Don't roll.
Okay.
Don't fail.
No pressure, but
that would be toughness.
Yeah.
Just straight. Or if you have it.
Charm?
No.
No, this is mostly a test of willpower.
Yeah,
for
it's
your
a
body.
willpower,
Yeah, this is-
physical.
It's your body trying not to shut down.
Wait, are you guys both still in the engine room?
I basically live here. I mean,
Well, I
live
mean,
here.
but is Ward there too? You're doing this whole
He's
grog
doing-
thing?
doing whatever the hell he wants to do.
So I would allow. That doesn't really make sense. I think you're probably gonna want to go straight toughness, to be honest.
Okay.
You
Okay.
can always use one of your plus 10s if you want.
I'm gonna use one of my plus 10s.
I mean, you have to come to the engine room to get it.
No, that's how the episode ended
Yeah.
last week. Is that you guys brought me to take a shot, and I guess we're continuing after that. So this is pretty much, yeah. I remember it because I was like, "Fuck, man! If I suck at this roll, which I did,
Just re-roll it.
I would not spend a fate point on that, honestly.
no, it's completely understandable."
I would say that's not too bad. You're currently wandering down a hallway, talking to the fairies. It's not too bad.
The fairies?
And
Yeah,
I'm still singing over the box to tell Ward and Grim to come.
I mean, the fairies are singing to you at this
Yeah.
point.
Why do they have such lovely voices? What is going on?
I just literally take the wire on the box and pull it out.
Yep.
Their mouths are moving, but there's no noise.
We're broken. Kind of talking to myself and the other orcs around. Well, it's kind of so. If Ward is here alone, by the way, we're having fun with him.
Oh no, like Ward has wandered off. Like, because you guys brought you got the grog, and then he drank it, and you're like, well, he didn't die.
Yep.
And then he started wandering.
That's
off
when
to
Delta lost interest, is he didn't die from it. So
Wow.
that's when she went back to the bridge to talk to the navigator.
Oh, well, again, if he was left alone, he's not leaving the dungeon room. If he went wandering, he's gonna get turned right back around.
I don't think that's the thing I have that I know ships. I don't know.
Well, you were born on a station, right?
Yes.
And being a pilot, you've probably been on ships a lot of your. So I'd say you have a general idea of like the basic layout of.
Isn't he only 18 though?
Is he?
Yeah.
He's a young Fred Ward. Yeah.
That's true. Yes.
Yeah. He has little
Well, yeah.
experience.
No. Let's be very clear. He's young, and his name is Fred Ward. That's all you know.
So he has experience with women.
Good dude.
It's 40k. You probably lose your virginity fairly early.
Or literally not at all.
Oh, that too.
Yeah.
Depending on what you get turned into.
Yeah. So.
So I think he would be able to navigate his way out from his what I know of him.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's just walking around talking to fairies at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know, where in the ship would he go? Because he's leaving the engineerium.
Roll for it.
I'd say he goes to the flight crew quarters. And that's where he's kind of wandered off to.
Sure.
It's right there.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah.
There aren't that many there are a fair number of shuttles on the ship, you know, for planet excursions, etc. There aren't many fighters. There's like maybe 2 or 3, and they're like junker fighters, comparable to your fighter. So you can lord it over people. Yeah, there's you know, I'm sure there's a couple of pilots called Goose and Iceman.
What stupid names you have. What the fuck is a goose?
Are you guys ready to travel through the warp?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. After eating way more pastries probably than I should.
Yeah. I give everybody like stomach aches from how much sugar I'm giving them. And I'm perfectly fine because I just eat sugar all the time.
Okay, so the first thing we do when we travel through the warp, especially somewhere we don't know, is we go through navigating the warp, the fundamentals of warp navigation. Stage 1 is determining duration of passage, and because this is the first time you're traveling there, you have no idea how long it will take. So you can't actually determine how long it will take.
Ooh.
Okay.
So the next thing you need to do is you need to locate the Astronomicon, which is an ordinary +10 awareness test.
Okay. Ordinary +10 awareness test coming right up.
But you can also do another +10, right?
Oh, you better believe it. I'm definitely using it too. So awareness.
Apropos of
+20.
nothing, don't use all your +10s. Just, you know.
Are they? So I was curious on the +10s. Are they just for tonight, or are they? We just get them.
Basically, you keep them. These are the ones from Mango that he redeemed last week, and then I had to divvy them out. So basically, when you guys all started with 5, so each time you take one, I mark it down.
Yeah.
So Loke's down to 4.
So you don't have to use them.
Right. They're just
but
there until you use them.
It's up to you guys. Like
Okay.
I'm making no promises for this session. Who knows what systems you're going to, except for me.
I have a grim feeling about this one for some odd reason, though.
You're welcome.
And you said it's just a
planet.
Plus 10 awareness test, yeah.
okay. Oh, 2 degrees of success.
Okay, 2 degrees of success. Okay. The next one you get is a charting the course. You require an ordinary plus 10 navigation warp test.
Okay, plus 10 navigation. Only used one so far as well.
Yeah.
Navigation warp plus 10?
Yes.
Okay. Boom. 2 degrees of success.
Okay. So you have kind of located the Astronomicon in your mind. You push the ship into the warp on the course towards this system, which is designated, God, I can't remember what I've named them, CV824. You notice a couple of kind of rough areas of warp, which you kind of, easily navigate your ship around. No problems there. Even though you don't know exactly where you're going, in the sense of this is a new type of thing, a new destination, you still kind of know what you're doing, and you're very okay, sorry, I just need to read this. Yes. You're still very practiced in going through the warp, so this is reasonably easy for you this time, luckily.
Sweet. And visually, when I lock onto the Astronomicon, the staff starts glowing a little bit. So I'm sitting there with the blue pumping to my helmet, the staff's glowing, and I got the powdered sugar from the sweets earlier, all over me.
Yeah.
So I look like an absolute mess.
Like on your robes and everything. So the next thing we have to do is warp travel encounters, which I feel like you should roll, Bobby. It will be 1d100 because you get 1 encounter per week you're in the warp.
Okay, 1d100 coming right up. 31.
Don't like Metamancer right now.
Okay, so as you're going through the warp, you see the heliotropy alongside you, and it opens fire.
Captain Morn.
Yeah.
Before you go, let's get, from anyone who wants to, let's get a Forbidden Law warp. Let's get a
I'll do it.
options you guys have here.
Oh, that's great. Yes.
Forbidden Lore warp.
Yes.
I only have astromancy for some.
I'm using my first
that'll
plus
work.
10.
Okay.
Is that for anyone who, if they have it?
Yeah.
I have Scholastic Astromancy or
I succeeded.
I'm too drunk.
Sinus Science. Sinus, whatever.
Oh, dang.
Sinus Science would not work. However, both Ophelia and the Astromancy would work for you.
I got to put a -5 to it.
I continue to ignore.
Oh, whoops, sorry. That was the wrong roll. I did Psychers instead of warp.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So can we just ignore that? I accidentally rolled that.
I think the roll's the same, so it should be fine.
Is it? Oh, well.
Never mind, but anyway. So Ophelia, and Marius and Fred would all know that these are ghost ships. They sometimes appear in the warp. They are not real. What is happening is basically a giant illusion / dream that everyone's sharing.
So we're aware of that, so it's not actually going to be hurting us?
Yeah. So when you see it, you know enough to know that like it looks real, and the shots like coming at you, they don't impact when they hit or anything like that.
Delta's, if nobody's told Delta, she's like, get to the battle station. She's freaking
No,
out.
no, no, it's okay. It's not real.
What?
It's just an illusion. They're ghost ships. So it's okay. Don't stress about it. And it's a little weird, but
Where's the grog?
it happens.
Don't be ridiculous. We're gonna blow it up again. Or we're gonna salvage it all.
No,
What?
Delta, don't waste any resources. It's not real.
It's just a figment of the warp.
As you say that, like a giant shell like flies in between you and just passes through the ship. And
Right. Not real. Got it.
Clutch my chest.
More grog. More grog. Okay.
So this happens for maybe half a day. You're being attacked, like boarding parties get sent out. Ghosts.
Ophelia's just like lounging back in a chair,
Yeah.
just like doodling in like a journal, just kind of watching it happen.
Like some kind of spectral troops like run onto the bridge and just start firing like ghost las guns.
That's great.
But however, it clears up after a while. The ship disappears, goes back to wherever the hell it came from. You stop being fired upon and everything. I'm gonna say I'll mark it off myself, but you're gonna take a little bit of a morale hit there. Just purely because no one enjoys having a ship they just destroyed coming back angrily to pay a visit. So yeah, not much of a hit, just 2 points, but your morale has dipped very slightly from that. If you'd like to reduce it to 1, you can roll a command, Delta.
Wow.
Yep. We will reduce it to... No, you know what? You don't take a morale hit. Whatever it is you did...
I think
was very, very successful.
I think that I just made everybody laugh a lot because I was over the Vox, drunk, being ridiculous.
And I assume you reassured everybody that it wasn't real.
Yeah.
Too, right? So
I probably did a lot of your mom jokes, and just general immature stuff.
Okay.
And then offered drinks from my personal stash, even though I prefer the grog. To like my officers or something. To like
for most ghost heads collected.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's like a scavenger hunt and like go find these particular 3 things or whatever. Yeah.
So the next thing we have to do is we have to leave the warp. Now, the one thing you can do here, Marius, is you can decide where you would like to leave the warp. You have the choice of the kind of inner cauldron of the system, which would be kind of close to the star. You have the primary biosphere, which is where generally planets and stuff tend to be, if there are any like habitable planets. And then you have the outer reaches, which tend to be more like asteroid fields and sometimes there are planets out there as well. General practice is coming out in the outer reaches for the most part, because you never want to steer into a star, but it's up to you.
So in this, within the outer reaches, our scanners would definitely have range for a full system, correct?
You would be able to scan the whole system in the outer reaches, yes.
Okay.
And also, I will tell you this, is as you're getting closer, you don't really notice very much in the outer reaches of the system. Most of the stuff seems to be in the primary biosphere. The inner cauldron, again, you don't really notice much there. So,
in that case, I would definitely look to drop out of the out of warp in the outer reaches. The outer reaches, yeah.
So that's going to be a hard -20 navigation test.
Ooh. Okay.
To determine the accuracy of your entrance point into real space.
Okay, so navigation warp -20. Okay, I'm going to. I'll use my.
Keep in mind that
this. It doesn't really matter.
It's not going to be like if you fail, it's not going to be like you blow up or anything like take down
Okay, and I won't use it then.
It just means you may come out a little too far away or a little too close to certain things, but it's not like you end up in a star. You know, that's
I mean, he crit failed. That's a whole different story.
yeah, I mean, if you crit fail, but that's what rerolls are for, man.
Okay, minus 20 modifier. Here we go. That's bad.
That's super bad. That's
I'm gonna-
crit fail.
That's
I,
a reroll. That's a reroll.
I would like to reroll that one.
Yeah.
That's really bad.
If you're gonna roll 100, make sure you have those rerolls.
That like our first like crit fail in
Yeah,
this
yeah,
campaign?
crit
Oh my
fail.
God.
Okay. Same roll again.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. Minus 20. So this. Okay, slightly
Oh.
better. Minus 2.8.
That is
this.
perfectly acceptable.
I was hoping to just crash into a planet. Fucking first drop. What is this?
Okay. So, what I'm going to say is you come out in the outer reaches, but on the other side of the outer reaches that you are coming in from.
Okay.
So it's, what you're going to see is basically the opposite perspective of what you would have seen, pretty much.
Okay.
Mechanically, it means not too much, really.
Just on the other side of where we would have
Yeah.
been, I guess.
Yeah. So what this means is if you would like to map out this warp route, you have a fast warp route from the breach to CV824.
Yep.
The journey now should take about a week. It took you about 4 days. So this warp route is actually reasonably stable and very fast. So
the only anomaly we ran into was the ghost, and it was quick. How do I want to chart this. I want to keep this chart, this route. Is that a trade astrography?
Yes, that is what you will use.
Okay.
And because it was so easy, let's give you a plus 20 on the roll.
Okay. 1.5 degrees success.
Yep. So if you mark down a warp route from the breach to CV824, put down 4 days, which I will also note. Just general time will be a week, and then just brackets it with the actual 4 days. And that is available to you to share, to trade, to do whatever you would like with.
Yeah, I jot that into like my notebook that is like literally like chained to my person, and like I have this like beautifully inlaid black marble gold pen that I jot the notes down into, and I just fold it up, and I'm just typing on my computer at this point. We've dropped out of warp in the out of reaches, Captain. Where we go from here is up to you.
All right. Can we do like scan or whatever?
You may do an active augury. Basically scans the system, sees what you can find. That would be, I believe, a awareness test with plus the ship's detection, which I believe is 18, 17? 17. So if anyone or multiple people would like to do this, that is also fine.
Okay. What was the roll again? Sorry.
Awareness plus 17.
How many people?
If you'd like, yeah. So 1.7 degrees of success with Delta. Anyone else would like to speak?
Plus 17?
Plus 17?
Ooh.
So failures,
wow.
failures won't really affect it. I will kind of, okay, yeah, that'll help. I'll kind of average out your successes and try and figure out, how much you have figured out for this system. So, let me introduce you guys to your system. Would anyone like to name it yet, or would you like to see what's here first?
See first.
Yeah.
Okay. So, in the outer reaches of this system, there is really not very much. The only thing, and it's reasonably close to you, weirdly enough, it's almost like you jumped out on the wrong side of the system. is a broken spaceship. You let's see how many successes. Does anyone have Forbidden Lore Xenos or things related to the Xenos in terms of lore?
Oh no, that's something I can take later because it's in my. I don't have it.
I have orc lore.
I only have Forbidden for Warp and Psychers.
I have Archaeotech, so
You guys do have XP, so you may get it if it is available to you.
Can I see what my orc knowledge brings to this table?
Absolutely.
Yeah. No pluses or minuses?
Straight up.
Cool. Boom. Jack fucking shit.
Fucking shit, dudes. What that shit is.
Right, this planet sucks. I'm gonna go back to making more things, yeah?
So no one has any Xenos skills?
No, I don't have any XP.
Okay. Well then, it is a broken spaceship. That's it's.
Oh wait. It's a broken spaceship.
how much XP does it cost?
How broken does this spaceship look?
It is a big sphere that is split in two.
I don't remember where to look to find the
I
skills.
immediately know what you got.
Wait, no, sorry.
Career path.
This is wrong. I'm thinking of the wrong thing. Give me a second.
Wrong thing? Okay. I was like, I immediately know what you got there. Either way, no matter what it is, I want to request the permission to go raid it.
Okay.
That's a right proper loot in there, Captain.
Yeah,
That's Eldar.
what page is the thing?
I'm pretty sure I know what this is, so I will. Okay, so this is a.
If I
Yeah,
can
so,
take it, what was it? Forbidden Lore Xenos?
Xenos.
I don't think I can take it, but let me look. I'm double checking.
My table of contents is not loading.
I will do a quick
Come on.
thing for you.
Just actually, the whole book is not loading. Okay.
So Rogue Trader.
I'm not seeing it.
Common Law Rogue Trader. No, it doesn't look like it.
There's not a lot of Forbidden Lore. Forbidden Lore Xenos is on a rank 6.
Yeah. As a rogue trader, it's gonna be a lot harder to get that kind of information. It's not a simple thing.
Yeah,
to
no,
grab
I
as a
figured
rogue
as
trader.
much. I wanted to see if it was even in
The
there.
Astropaths do not have it either.
Oh, okay.
If you have anything in relating to trade, I will allow it at a -10. Basically, what you see, guys, is you see a bunch of smaller transport, frigate-sized ships all chained together, by really long cords and this kind of thing. With a slightly larger ship in the center. But they've been broken apart. The ships are kind of, in pieces. Yeah, they don't look salvageable, but you could maybe get on board. Actually, no, you can't get on board. In the kind of sense of, just walking on some areas. It looks completely spaced, basically. And yeah, if anyone has any skills related to trade law, -10 roll to figure out what this ship is.
I'll try something.
Okay.
Trade Voidfarer.
Absolutely. Actually, no, -10 on that.
No -10.
Mm.
Okay, straight up.
You think you may have seen these ships before? Definitely Xenos. Some type of trading like you've heard stories about ships like this caravanning around, trading with different Xenos races. And
Can I use orc lore since all orcs in this are considered freebooters, which are the Luton space pirates?
you did roll orc law, and you got minus 5.9.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, you're right.
I would
So
just
yes,
be,
you can.
I would just be say to everyone over the box, be like, well, looking at the type of vessel, it is something that people generally trade with Xenos, or trade with a lot of Xenos. It's a trade vessel, essentially. I don't know who owns it, though.
Well, in the end, does it really matter? Because it's good loot in it, easy.
I declare that
It's abandoned, right?
It's mine now.
It's what?
It's
All right,
ours.
I guess it's mine.
Ours, yeah. That's
Yes.
what you said.
That's what I said, yes.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care if you want to go over there. It's fine.
So let me just finish the rest of the system. There's plenty more for you guys.
There is nothing more important.
It's the closest thing we gotta do.
There is a large moon, a small moon, and a tiny moon orbiting a gas giant in the primary biosphere. Orbiting the largest of the moons is a station of some kind.
The largest.
So let's if you rolled on the last thing, you may also roll on this thing to try and figure out what it is. It might give you
What roll?
anything related to trade, law, or the law.
Lore also? Or
anything-
only the... Never
Yeah,
mind.
anything in terms of trade or anything like that.
Trade astrography? That's trade, but I don't know how applicable that would be.
Astrography wouldn't work really in this situation.
Yeah.
And then going past that, you have the inner cauldron. There is probably a small-sized asteroid cluster that's just orbiting the sun, along with some minor bursts of radiation. But it doesn't reach any further into the primary biosphere. And that is everything you find, aside from obviously the star, which looks healthy and happy.
I have gone back to the engine room to rouse up some gits for Luton.
Okay.
So there's no like physical planet here. There's like gas giants you can't like go.
There are 3 moons.
Oh well, I mean, yeah, okay.
And gas, like one of the moons is basically planet-sized.
Okay.
From your scans, you probably know enough to know that the 2 smaller moons. The smallest moon is just a small moon. There's nothing on it, really. It's like our moon, basically. The slightly larger but still small moon is very little atmosphere, and what atmosphere there is toxic. It appears to be fairly normally heated, but yeah, there's no atmosphere really, and there might be some resources on there in terms of metals and mineral type things, but you'd have to get closer and do a proper scan on it. The biggest moon is iced over completely. Nothing is living on it.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't even have an atmosphere. Again, it might have minerals on it, but again, you'd have to go close to it to check it out.
Okay.
So are we organizing a search party for that there ship?
I've literally, like I said, I've left to go rouse up some boys.
Yeah, they're she sent let Grim go and do his boarding party stuff, and then Delta's probably got her void suit on, got that on and ready to go for it.
Yeah, Ophelia will put her void suit on too, just in case they decide to go out.
You guys don't need me, do you? I'm quite one for minor outings. I can send a few people along if need be.
I think I sense a little hesitation there.
I just feel at home on ship.
Uh-huh.
On the ship, it's where I'm most comfortable.
You don't want to swim through the void.
I hate all forms of swimming, honestly.
Have you ever done it before?
Many times, unfortunately.
Right.
Oh.
Not proud of it, honestly.
Okay.
The secret of familial shame. I swam.
I swam. If you need me, though, I'm just a comms away.
Right.
Okay.
Okay,
Huddle
so if we need backup, regarding the cannons, I'll just let you know and you can fire those.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Wonderful with cannons.
Yeah, he says he's wonderful with cannons.
So, the ship is probably a few hours flight off. The station with the moon, which is, I presume, those are the two interesting things to you guys. That's about a day.
Okay.
If you go to the ship first, it's going to be a couple of hours, and then a day. Basically, you don't get much closer to the station going to the ship.
Do one and the other seems about right.
Okay.
No reason not to.
For like in system navigation and stuff, am I needed for like that sort of navigation, or do I primarily only handle like warp navigation?
You can totally fly the ship in systems. And I think that's navigation stellar.
Stellar? Okay.
Warp.
Okay.
You'll only be called upon if there's like gravity riptides or radiation bursts, solar flares, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Like a standard flight, unless you're fighting, you won't need to make rolls. So.
Okay.
Mhm.
So would that even mean that it could be like automated? Like I could punch in the coordinates for like autopilot, unless something needs to, if it needs
if it seems simple, you could leave it to a crew member. There are other people who can fly the ship. Just not as-
okay. I would have just grabbed one of the cadets or one of the junior pilots and just talked about the coordinates and hobbled off.
Okay. So yeah, you guys have your trip to get reasonably close to the ship, within shuttle distance at least.
Wonderful.
And you're prepped to go. Now, who's going? I don't know about Fred.
He's dead.
Yes.
Fred's dead.
Well,
Fred's
he
dead.
was wandering around the ship.
Yeah, he was a little not in it, so yeah, that was.
I would say by now he's probably back though.
It's been a week. I'd hope so.
Yeah.
If not, he's permanently brain damaged, and I'm not sorry.
Well, it's always a risk with Orc Grog.
Right.
So yeah. Let's say a undisclosed number of you, excepting Marius, who is staying on the ship, have gone over to this kind of wrecked chain linking of ships.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a few you have a kind of main ship, and then chained to it a smaller like raider or even smaller transport style ships. A couple of them actually look Imperial.
Okay. I was gonna say, what do they look like? But is it just a few look Imperial?
A couple look Imperial, like a couple at the front, like small transport ships.
What does the bigger ship look like?
It looks heavily. It looks like it could have been Imperial at one point, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
or it was built with that design in mind. But it's been so heavily modified, and and changed. It's just a vague kind of look like that. It's just I'd say it's a bit smaller than your ship, so possibly like a raider, maybe like a transport that's been modified.
Okay.
And
And-
which part would you like to go to?
Probably the bigger ship first because it has more looting to do.
Okay. Also, the other ones are so broken that you can't even really get on board them. So.
I mean, I just need metal off of it. I don't care if I can get on it.
Sure.
In the end, you're talking to an orc.
So Fred, are you going on the ship with the rest of the crew?
I'm sure am.
Okay. You're not talking to fairies anymore. That wore off like a day into.
Well, I mean, we've been in here a week. I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't unless he suffered permanent brain damage.
So I don't think you're going to need a piloting test to get. Let's say to get into a decent looking hangar, a piloting test, but with like a +20 for that. Because
Okay.
the ship's dead in the air, basically, or dead in space.
Spacecraft, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're fine. You can land in the best looking spot. You'll have to keep your void suits on because there is no atmosphere on the ship anymore. And when you get in, you see kind of just coming out into this kind of docking area. You see just stacks of crates being broken open, burn marks. Looks like there's been a fight. The doors have been ripped apart. So like instead of like blown apart or whatever, it looks like something ripped through the door.
Okay.
And it's kind of like bent outwards.
So you're saying it looks like something from the inside got out.
Yeah.
I go in. Well, I was gonna
Doesn't
say
look
I'm
good.
bringing like about 15 boys.
Sure.
Some in a mix of thicker armor that I've rigged up for them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna go in, not really caring about which way the door is open.
It was just an observation, not.
Oh no, I don't really like. It's more of a doors open, let's go.
So there's not a massive load of ship to explore it. You know, it's still big, but if you'd like to bring up it's going to be a really tough roll. But if you'd like to bring up kind of a mapping of the ship, you could probably give it a go on one of the consoles.
Time for some tech use.
I'm going to say -30 to the roll, just purely because it's a Xenos ship, and you don't know which Xenos ship it is.
Wait, can we all do that?
If you have tech, sure.
Okay.
That would be for.
I don't think I have any tech. Nope, I have no tech.
So a -30 would take me to a negative.
Okay. Well, you can still roll it if you like.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, let's see if I know what it is. Fuck no, I don't.
Ooh.
I'm debating. I really want to just know if I'm thinking of the right ship Sheepy's thinking of.
What is Sinoscience? What is that?
Sinoscience is the sensing
Is
of
it like psychic stuff? Okay.
Yeah. You can use that anytime you like. If you're worried that there's psychers around or psychic powers or just psychic fuckery, you can always ask to use that and to figure out if there's anything going on.
You know, I feel like doing some fuckeries. I'm just gonna burn my crit on this and just succeed in the tech use.
Okay. Sure. Wasn't expecting that, but okay. This is you finally recognize this. It's like it just kind of pops into your mind, like you're
Orc.
This is I need to get the name right. Why is that not going? This is a Strixus Sebek, which is the Strixus are strange little bear people almost. Think like evil Ewoks in a way. They're traders. They like to quite often they'll go to lost imperial worlds, pose as gods, take slaves. They mess around with a whole load of stuff. Usually they're not aggressive. If you run into them, you can trade with them and this kind of thing. What I will say, considering you used your crit success, is that this is a trading ship that was used as for a special mission. And that special mission, there is a kind of sealed off area, inverted commas, sealed off area, where they were transporting special cargo.
Is it quote unquote sealed off because it's broken open, or is it quote unquote sealed off because it's not going to be sealed for long?
Sealed off in the sense that it was designated, no one's allowed there, top secret priority, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, okay.
You don't know what the state of it is.
I'm going to go see what the state of it is.
Okay. As you go through the ship, I'm assuming you're all staying together, so I'll just, all of you will be seeing this. There are multiple blast marks. There are just chunks of the ship missing where there's been explosions. Obviously, because the ship is spaced, a lot of the bodies have gone, but you will come across a couple of Strixus bodies. If you would like, I will just give you an idea of what they look like. There we go. And I will chuck that into the Zoom chat for you guys and into the chat for everyone else who would like to see the Strixus. As I said, they are quite literally evil Ewoks. Very, very small. Small. You wouldn't see anything else. So, once you get to the contained area, and on the way as well, there are multiple doors that are off their hinges and this kind of thing. The door to the containment is ripped out from the inside, much like the first door you saw.
Okay, so it's bursting out towards us.
Yes.
Okay. Right, well, this is kind of unfortunate. I was hoping for some fun grubbings, it was.
What do you think it was?
Well, I don't know, something big.
Oh, really? We'll get that away.
Look how big the door is and look how far it is spread out.
I forgot I can't use sarcasm with you. Right, okay. Big door. Big thing. Whatever.
Yeah.
So is there anything valuable here at all?
I don't know, I'm going in.
Okay.
Gonna wander into the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go.
So, because of your crit, I'm going to keep this rolling. Inside, you see two kind of almost like tanks that have been holding things.
Okay.
Both have been shattered.
Okay.
And you have no idea what was inside, but you do see Strixus language kind of labels on both of them. One of them says Strixii, and one of them says Strixbull.
Okay. Is there anything else in this room besides the bio canisters, I guess?
It's a reasonably... It's a kind of medium-sized room, so there's probably like... there's consoles and things related to the tanks.
Okay.
But nothing particularly that catches your eye, at least. It looks like they were transporting something that was in these 2 tanks, and obviously that something got out.
All right, buddy. Right then, boys, get scrapping the consoles. We've got looting to do. And me and the other boys start ripping apart most of the electronic bits and taking scrap metal.
Okay. There is a reasonable amount of xenotech you can take from this ship. What I will say is it will require a roll, and if you're getting your orcs without tech use and, you know, the tech kind of gene, it's going to be less.
Okay.
Just for the record.
Well,
So it depends how you guys want to play looting this ship.
so I'm instructing them to do it. So could I give them orders instead of just letting them willy-nilly rip things up?
You absolutely can if you succeed in intimidate / command.
Yeah, intimidate pretty good. Yeah. Then I'll use a +10 because fucking why not?
Okay.
Wow, that is super awful. How did I even? Wow, that is super
That's a-
bad.
That's a roll.
Yeah, that's a 97.
I'm gonna just re-roll that because that was literally the worst.
No one likes rolling a 97, guys.
Right? I've really been rolling actually extremely high today, so that's better.
There you go. Yeah. So if you want to roll me a tech use, I'll give you a +10 because, you know, you got a decent success with your intimidate. Oh, good thing I gave you that +10. Yeah. You gain, like, just in terms of gubbins and whatnots and this kind of thing. Let's put it down as a small stash of xenotech resources, which you can use to trade with people. You can use as kind of like bartering and this kind of thing. So I'll put it down as a small stash. It's not going to get you a new component for a ship, but it could get you something, you know, like a really badass set of power claws or power sword, you know, like something along those lines. Just, you know.
What you said is there is a power field within one of those items I found.
I didn't say that, did I?
You said I could potentially get a power claw or a sword out of it. So
You can trade for those things.
okay, trade. I was gonna say.
There is no power field in there. Come on now.
Listen.
What am I, new? So small stash of xenotech, and what I'm going to do is anyone on the ship currently, roll me a. And I'm going to count this all. This will all kind of accumulate together. So if you fail, that's fine. Roll me a. I think it's scrutiny, but I'll just double check that there's not something better.
On the ship, like the spaceship or our ship?
Oh, on the spaceship, yeah, the Xenos ship. Roll me a scrutiny or search, which you can get a bonus for if you roll tech.
Did you say anyone on the ship?
Yes.
Oh, that includes me. Okay.
Yeah, the only person it doesn't include is Marius.
You said we get a bonus if we use tech.
If you succeed with a tech roll.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I missed when we boarded the ship, so I don't know if I'm with them or not.
You are
Am I?
if you want. If you want to be, yeah.
So scrutiny,
Scrutiny or search.
just by itself.
Scrutiny search. Well, I mean, I'm bad at both of those. I said I'm bad at both scrutiny and search.
Same.
Yeah.
Delta Grimtooth, would you like to do your scrutiny search?
I did it.
Oh crap! Sorry, you did.
I don't have it, so I was just like, nah.
So you do find something on the ship. It was close, but you do find it. Can I get a? I think this is going to be from Meta. Can I get a D10?
It's a 9.
Okay.
Is it really bad? Please let it be really bad. I'm not seeing reaction on Sheepy's face right now.
There was a quick smile really fast.
Was
like
there?
A real strong
I
one.
was staring. I couldn't see underneath the mustache.
You find
Oh, there it is.
a data cache.
Oh. Okay.
It's Imperial. It must have been looted from somewhere.
I know Imperial stuff.
Is it Imperial? I need to double check. Yeah, no. Yeah, it's Imperial.
Nice.
I should know Imperial stuff, but I actually don't, apparently. Okay.
Oh,
Hi.
sweet.
Don't either.
Delta's super excited. Ooh.
So you need to go back with it to the ship
Yeah.
to get the details on it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's
Got it. On it.
got some form of data on it.
Imperium.
Is it like something that you could like view if you plug it into like the computer that we have like on the ship or something?
Yeah, yeah. You'd be able to view it on a computer on the ship. Like you have kind of data pad type things with you.
Yeah.
But
Probably not enough to view like a big
yeah,
old...
this would require something a bit more. So yeah, you guys can keep looting and search around the ship if you'd like.
Yeah, I want to do another search.
Yay, more looting.
Yeah.
Scrutiny search if you'd like to have another look around the ship. Just see if you've missed anything.
Can I do an intimidate to order my orcs to do it?
We find nothing.
I'm too excited about the data cache probably and distracted about that.
Yeah.
You totally can. You can totally do that. Yes.
Cool.
But they will still be based on your
Yeah,
scrutiny.
I figured one. Intimidate. Ha!
Oh damn!
Got it.
So get a +10 to your scrutiny search.
Ha ha.
Wait, did you just intimidate your orcs?
Yeah, I did. And I totally failed it. They failed at getting anything done.
I mean, you know, there's other crap on this ship, but it's not interesting. It's just, you know, weird Ewok crap.
Seeing them get distracted, I'm gonna crack the skull of one of them and kill him.
All right.
Yeah.
Green blood splashes, kind of hangs in the air.
They bleed red.
Red blood just splashes. He's been ill. It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Smiling pit crew. Look, I brought orcs. I didn't bring any Gretchen or anything. All right. I would have brought Gretchen if I'd known I'd need them.
There's not a massive population of orcs or Gretchen or snotlings on the ship yet. What would you guys like to do now?
I'm curious, how long has gone by from when they left the ship to start searching?
Probably about an hour, 2 hours. But you're on Vox, so you can communicate with them if you like.
Okay. I'm in my quarters. I'm sitting in my computer terminal. I'm assuming there's an equivalent of like, basically what I'm doing is like using a training simulator of like, it's like flight sim, basically. I'm playing flight sim, the equivalent. Okay. It's like a training thing for navigators.
Just failing the landing every time, like everyone does.
Swearing, just freaking out, yeah. My desk is a little bit of a mess too.
Lander and,
Yeah, so just I'm in there working at that and just passing time.
Actually, by the way, how long have I been on this ship?
It's probably been a couple of weeks. Well, you were on the ship before when Delta
Okay.
took charge of it, so longer than a few weeks. Like I'd say a few months.
Okay. There's at minimum an extra 50 orcs on this ship. They go in hundreds. Culling them, I'm saying I kill half.
Well, there is for this moment, having spoken to you guys, there is a culling of orcs that is implemented so they don't get out of control.
Okay.
You guys have searched the ship. You haven't been able to find anything else interesting, just the tanks and the data cache.
Alright. Outside of just ripping up random scrap metals and shit, I'm gonna be basically done looting this.
Okay.
I'm on the ship.
Yes.
Yeah, you're on the ship. You drove us here.
No, I mean, like, I'm on the shuttle.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. So, what would you guys like to do?
I'd say I crashed one too many times, and I stand up from my desk and crack my back and just hit the box on the general channel, I guess, for the captain and the heads of who's over there. Have you all found anything?
Some shiny bits, some sparky bits, some weird alien bits, yeah.
I found something. I'm really excited. It's gonna be good.
Could you be more specific?
Yeah, I found data cache.
Oh, that's exciting.
It is.
Would you describe the data cache
I mean,
to Marius?
I say I found a data cache.
Like the kind of the look of it, because it's got a specific look.
Oh, yeah. I guess. Do you want to describe it? Like what it physically looks like? I guess.
Well, there's no need to go into
Okay.
specific details because I don't know what it would look like, but it is significant to Marius.
Oh.
This is a Navigator House's kind of emblem secret stash of charts. So this would have warp routes and things like that. Probably very ancient as well. So might be a bit out of date, but it would give you detailed information of traveling to and back.
Data cache, you say? Sounds interesting.
Yeah, we're gonna take a look as soon as I get back.
Well, let me know when you get back. Just in my quarters training.
Yeah, sure.
I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Little sad there was nothing to really break apart here, like skulls and bones and stuff, so. But a fight would always be nice. I'm going back to the shuttle, by the way, and just throwing garbage in it.
Okay.
Yep. I think we're probably done here, considering.
Yeah, there's not really anything else for you guys that you can find, at least, for information or scrapping. The ship itself is damaged beyond salvaging, aside from the scraps that you do get out of it. Technically speaking, you could try and put it back together, but in parts and components, you'd basically be building a new ship.
I don't want some garbage Imperial trash pile.
Yeah, that is basically what it is. Well, it's adapted, I think, but yeah.
An adapted garbage Imperial trash pile.
Right. So let's have you guys head back to the ship, and we'll have you get together in the bridge, those of you who would like to be, to look at this data cache, I assume. So
Yep.
Marius, on actual sight of the data cache. This is most definitely a guarded navigator house warp route cache, basically.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Hand it over! And I hurry over and I like snatch it.
Relax.
I
Yeah.
said like just like a grubby little hands. I'm just taking it.
It's the fastest you've
Over.
ever seen him move.
How fast is he
Are
moving?
you sure you're still injured?
Like, almost to stumble.
Before he gets there, I'm gonna nab it up first.
Interesting. Would you like to contest this, Marius?
If he's actually going to like take this from me,
Mm.
I would just like throw my hood back like in one fell swoop and like have just show my not open my eye but like have my third eye visible.
Yeah.
This is mine.
Where
I need
I'm
to
gonna-
look this over.
poke his third eye.
If you go to poke my third eye, I open it at you. Unfortunately.
You need to understand, I'm an orc. I don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah. It's a
This looks
reaction.
weird.
Yeah, if you're going, if the giant, it's like I'm assuming an orc finger is almost like a baseball bat, just like big old meaty
Kinda,
hands.
it's like two regular human fingers, I'd say.
Yeah, it's a bit chunky, beefy, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah, I reactionarily just open up my eye.
Delta's drinking and on the side watching, probably eating
Okay.
snacks.
Well, this is not where I expected this
No.
to go, but
I don't want to be doing this either.
now that
Yes.
we are here, let's do this. Navigator powers. So.
Is there any chance Ophelia can kind of like come in and sort of try to break this up before anything too bad happens, or is it kind of too late? So it's
mean-
already happening.
You can totally be there, and you can totally do something if you'd like to.
I don't think there's anything I can do.
I mean, the only thing that's probably visually happening is I'm poking his forehead.
Yeah, like it's
Yeah,
it wouldn't be
well,
very.
That's
Oh,
literally what it looks like.
I assume I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what his eye does, but I assume that Ophelia would know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Depends, yeah, maybe.
I don't know what his eye does, so I don't know anything about.
His
that.
eye does bad
It-
things. It hurts. So you could use your telekinesis or your specifically telekinetic crush to stop Grimtooth.
Yeah, so like in this sort of a situation, like I have some specific special abilities. I don't know if I really want to use Lidless Stare. And you said I could do like telekinetic or telekinesis.
Oh, that would be Ophelia.
Oh, Ophelia. Okay, my bad.
If you're opening your eye, that would be the lidless stare.
Okay, then yeah, my eye. If he's like actually going to poke my eye, like
Kill
my
this-
hands are on this device, so I'm like instinctively because of what this data cache is and the prestige that it's like an ancient guarded navigator like relic almost you could say. I instinctively open my eye.
So
Almost defensively.
let's do the first one, which is Ophelia.
Me.
would you
Yeah.
like
So am I seeing Grim just like reaching his hand out to?
Yeah.
his eye?
So what's happened is Marius got very excited, kind of hobbled over slightly
Mhm.
quicker than usual to this thing. As he grabs it, Grimtooth also kind of tries to take it, and then they get into a little quick kind of like conversation argument.
Wait, hold on. I thought his name was Grimfist. Am I not correct?
Grimfist, sorry, that's me being.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Grimfist then like slowly kind of reaches out.
Okay. As I see that happen, I don't know how this works, but can I use my like telekinesis to kind of just like lightly like just move Grim away so he's not within arm's reach before he touches his eye?
Grimfist probably would not be affected by the standard telekinesis.
Yeah.
No.
Not in a
Okay.
way that would stop him. You could maybe like lift him off the ground very slowly to place him on something higher using telekinesis. I'm going to say you will have to use telekinetic crush to stop him.
Is that gonna hurt him though? I don't want to hurt him.
I will tell you this, and you will know this, and I'll allow you to control your power slightly so it doesn't do as much damage. If Marius opens that eye, not only will it hurt him a lot more, it's dangerous for everyone in this room.
True, and I know that, right?
And you know that.
Okay, then. Okay.
So,
I guess I'll use telekinetic crush. I don't want to, but I mean, Grim's a strong dude, so
Yeah.
right. So like,
this is, I can tell you now, this is the better choice.
okay. So how does this work?
Apparently by that. You're muted.
I have a cold, sorry.
Oh. bless you.
So, telekinetic crush is an opposed willpower focus test.
Opposed willpower?
Yeah.
So do I just click willpower?
The way this works is you will use this, I believe, fettered, which means it'll be a psi rating of 1. Which is fine. So yes, you will roll I'm opening way too many things here. You will roll your willpower
Okay.
against the target's toughness.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just because I really don't want anything bad to happen as far as Marius, I'm gonna go ahead and use my second +10.
Okay.
Just rating it down.
So, am I just using a toughness roll? Or is he trying to beat my toughness bonus?
You are rolling toughness.
Okay.
Damn, that's a good roll.
Oh,
No.
okay.
Would either of you like to reroll?
Eh. I only get 2 of those. I've used.
So that isn't doubles. That's for you didn't roll a 9 actually. I think it is. But yeah, that's good. Nothing warpy happens.
Oh, damn.
You roll a 1d10 plus 1.
Me?
Yes.
Let's see it.
Because this is fettered, basically you're controlling it. Your psi rating is 1 instead of the.
Done.
Holy crap! Okay. You may use a fate point to re-roll that if you want.
Is that damage?
This is damage. Yeah.
Just flat
Yeah.
damage.
She'll
Yeah.
only do
okay.
2 damage to me.
Okay.
Wait, what?
So if this does this actually better? Does this ignore armor?
No.
Oh, she will do nothing to me.
So
Okay.
if I roll 10, it won't be bad, right?
You won't do any damage to me.
Okay, then that's
Literally.
fine. Okay.
I have 11 everywhere but my head, which is 10.
Oh, okay. Then
Orcs have a good.
I have unnatural toughness, so I get double my toughness bonus.
What it
Okay.
does, however, do to you is it flattens. Well, actually, Ophelia, how would you like to suppress this orc?
I mean, I don't. So telekinetic crush. 10 points of damage, but it doesn't actually do any damage, right?
It
So
does no damage to me.
Effectively, it is extremely strong, though.
is it kind of so in this scenario? Would it be more kind of like a really strong like grip, kind of almost for him?
Would you consider this a stun?
Yeah, I think what this effectively would be is like a big invisible foot or hand. Or if you,
Yeah, I imagine it being kind of like because it's not like, really damaging him. Because I assume if
Yeah.
it was someone that was being more damaged, it would look different. But what I'm imagining is it's like almost like a really huge invisible hand, just kind of like gripping him in,
Yeah.
like kind of like smushing in.
So, effectively, what everyone else will see here is the arms and legs of Grimfist like snap to his sides, and he just gets lifted like very, very slightly, so his feet are like dangling above the floor, and just like suspended there.
Okay, so he's okay. Okay, well, after I did that, I'm just like, I would not suggest doing that, Grim.
I do still want to know, is this considered a stun?
No.
Okay. You don't want it to be a stun, because I could
You're grappled, you're not stunned.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Was kind of like a grapple.
Man, this is not funny, this is... Put me down right now!
Right, only if you promise don't fuck with him.
Put my hood back up.
I, like, by the way, I'm not just, like, being... I'm very not comfortable being touched by anything that is not visible.
Yeah.
I assume we've had altercations like this in the past, probably.
Probably not, honestly.
Oh, really?
I don't interact with you.
I mean...
Unless you come to the engine room.
I mean, I don't know. I am assuming that we've all been on this ship besides Marius for quite a while.
And Fred, yeah. We've been on the ship together for a long time.
You've had enough time on the same ship together that you will have had interactions. So
Yeah.
I imagine, seeing how Grimfist is, you would have had to have done something similar. Probably on
With the amount of people that he just kills, I
Mm.
probably have done this a couple of times, but I try to respect his space. But when I know things like this might happen and what he does could fuck things up, you know.
I mean, this was a situation equivalent of someone dropping a live grenade.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like you don't want the navigator opening his eye in the middle of the bridge. That's going to cause a lot of dead people.
I see no problems here, Sheepy.
And his
knowing exactly what it does, I see no problems with this.
Really? Because his attack ignores armor, motherfucker.
Yeah, I really don't want to do it.
Well, he just put his hood back down right after I do this, and I tell Grim to back off.
How much damage does this attack potentially do, though?
That's a D10 plus my willpower bonus, which is 4, I think. So potentially 14.
So you can't do more than 6 damage to me.
It ignores armor.
Yeah. Ignores all armor. You have something even still, though, don't you?
Yes, natural toughness.
Oh, yeah, you have.
And I double my toughness bonus. It goes to 8.
Yeah.
Well, still, I'm thinking about the safety of everybody.
Everyone else is like melting and standing there like getting a tan.
Yeah, honestly, like in her mind, she's like, this would be fine, but everybody else is telling you to get hurt.
I continue to poke the eye. Like, I understand it's complete for everyone else's safety, but I'm like, I'd totally be fine.
Fine.
He doesn't do any more than, he doesn't even do half my health of damage.
Yeah.
If he rolls maximum damage.
Yeah.
Well, either way, yes. She tells him to back off.
After we've taken this lovely sidebar, which almost got everyone killed.
While everybody was doing that, Delta was already looking through the cache.
I am very upset I didn't get the shiny stick. I'm gonna storm out of the room and probably crush the head of the person guarding the door.
Yeah, I guess all right. I put him down and he puts that.
Yeah, so once you're released.
Yeah, I'm gonna literally just storm out. I'm just gonna punch his head into the wall and walk out.
Well, take -1 morale, I guess.
Can I have a command roll for that?
Not this time. Slightly different.
No, I mean to command him not to do that.
I'd say you guys can play that out however you like, really. Like, if you see him walking...
Well, I know what he's going to do because he does it every single time. He storms out and tries to kill somebody.
Yeah.
So
he leaves, he crushes.
As he's literally walking, she would be like, leave him alone. I'm sick and tired of getting another god every single fucking day.
I will turn back, give her a As I turn back out, I will swing my arm around. So crush is going to the wall.
Sorry, say again.
I said, as I'm turning around, I will just swing my arm around and still crush his head into the wall.
Take a point of morale damage.
And
So, okay, stop. If there's no way for me to intervene, then how are we going to keep playing this out? Because if we keep doing this every single session, then we're literally going to keep dropping in morale. So there needs to be an exchange.
Yep, you're going to have a word with your orc.
Okay.
And I go to the engine room.
Delta, you can't make heads or tails of this. This is navigator stuff, probably. What is Marius doing? I assume once you put the hood back, you immediately go back to check out the data.
Yeah, so the data cache itself, is it like a item? Is it like, what's it look like when it's on my hands?
Oh, what? Delta has it because basically.
Oh, Delta has it. Oh, okay,
yeah.
cool. Okay.
What basically happened there is you went to get it. Grimfist went to intervene in the kind of interim. You guys had your standoff, and Ophelia
plugged it into the computer.
Yeah, Ophelia kind of intervened, and Delta was just like, "Oh, cool. I'll just go check out what this is while you guys have been idiots."
Cool.
So Delta's plugged it in and is looking at it and cannot make heads or tails of it.
Yeah, I would have walked over, I'd say, as soon as the altercation was passed, to look into it.
Okay.
This is something else. The odds that it's here. What am I looking at? Are these like different warp routes and jump routes and just different like stellar charts, or what is this specifically?
They are, but they make no sense at first glance. They are encoded.
Something more to this, something old and ancient. And I'm gonna just like sit at the terminal and just focus on trying to decrypt the best I can.
Okay. That will be a
Forbidden Lore Navigator?
Yes.
Okay.
But it will be a -20, and this is going to be an extended thing. This is going to take you time to get through.
I'm gonna use my crit on this.
Okay.
Yeah. This I'm gonna spend it on this. So how does that work specifically when I declare crit?
So you basically roll a 1.
Okay, so it's an auto 1 then.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, then I'll spend my crit on this.
Okay. So your skill is
44, yeah.
Okay. So that would be 4 degrees of success and also kind of like a crit success as well. So you managed to get the first part of the way through, which will give you a warp route to a new planet, to a new system, sorry. And that system is there. We will name it something as we're going. It doesn't give you... Okay, so you used your crit, so I'm going to say that you decipher some information about the system as well.
Okay.
So, let me just pull up the system that you have found. Okay. The information you have about this system is that there are, and keep in mind that this is an old, this is an old thing, but you see that there is at least one planet that was at the time inhabitable. You don't know, there's no record of anyone living on it, but there's vague references to some flora and fauna on the planet.
As in just the planet has it, or like specific descriptions about the flora fauna?
You probably see a few references to a large flying beast that that's kind of the main predator of the planet. very large. A few other like smaller creatures are its prey, kind of thing. It's a very hot world with kind of like a limited. Most of the planet doesn't have much in the way of life. It's mostly a wasteland, and then there's like a small section where, kind of a couple of islands where there are some flyers and some other skittering creatures, kind of thing. The rest of the system, there are multiple planets, most of whom don't have too much information on them. You see references to a wealth of minerals.
On the other planets, or on the one planet that's been inhabitable?
Yeah, on the other planets.
Oh, on the other ones, there's minerals. Okay.
Yeah. There's also references to a ruins. It doesn't say where the ruins are, but there's some form of ruins there as well.
For that inhabitable planet?
A different planet.
A different planet? Okay.
Probably a different planet. You're not exactly sure. It's a little bit vague.
Okay. Yeah, as we're going over this, I'm like reading it out and explaining it to Delta. This is something strange, Captain Morn. This is ancient.
Strange how?
Well, it's just odd to find something like this in this part of space. Somewhere we've never been before.
Well,
It seems uncharted.
I mean, it's only uncharted because there was like a big wall with big defenses and guns, preventing people from going in or leaving. Doesn't mean it wasn't at one point passable.
That's true. Just still, the chances that we were to find it right away seems almost as if it was fate. If it's okay with you, I'm going to copy the contents of this data file and send it back to my house. I'm sure the Navis Nobility would be very interested in finding that, or hearing that we've found this.
Maybe we should, explore a bit more before we send it back.
That's fine with you, but I'm just letting you know that I will be doing that.
Right, in like a future point.
Yes, that's fine, but maybe later this evening.
You'd have to.
No, I mean like later,
Oh, like
once we visit and see the value of said information, perhaps.
Just to interject here, you'd either have to send it via Ophelia and her astropaths, or wait until you got back to Imperium space to send word. So you couldn't send it yourself, kind of thing.
Okay.
I mean, if you really wanted me to, she probably could with the astropaths, or is that kind of risky? You totally could, but it would be down to the kind of thumbs up from the rogue trader. Yeah. Well, it'd be down to you as a character, basically, but yeah.
Yeah, like later when we've sorted a few things, not necessary to do right this second or this evening, kind of like we can take our time. It's not like we're leaving the breach anytime soon, so there's really no rush for it.
I'm fine with that. It would be nice if we could take full advantage of this information and become incredibly wealthy afterwards. That would be wonderful.
Right.
So more gold would be
I mean, great. They're not going to be able to help us from there, really, because of how long everything takes. And, we're in the breach. That's the whole thing there. And, it's, it's our thing. So let's just keep it our thing for the time being. Because, if they say something on accident and then they send somebody else and then everybody else knows and then really we're not the first to explore these things. And it's just a whole mud of a mess there.
Those are fair reasonings, and I respect your opinion as captain of the ship and road trader. I'll do it later.
Yeah, we'll do it later. Later.
Yes.
5 times removed later.
Is there anything else on this data cache aside from the coordinates for this? Is there any like blurb of data or?
So, considering you used your crit, I will tell you this. It is the details of what is possibly a trade route or just a route of exploration, possibly jotted down by some long dead navigator from a house that you may have heard of vaguely as being important at one point. And it details, as far as you can tell, travel from what you know as the Breach to BL 551 and 5 other systems.
From the Breach, 551, and 5 others.
Yeah. The warp route that you have managed to decipher, and this is going to take you a while to get through, like, so it's going to be in your spare time and when you have the moment, like this kind of thing. Okay. It's going to kind of be an extended test, basically. The route that you have from the Breach to 551 details a 3-week journey through reasonably rough warp travel. It's not massively difficult, but there are higher likelihoods of passing through troubled areas, let's say.
Okay, on this specific
route? This route, yes.
It does have a route to BL 551, but it does seem a little bit more risky. About 3 weeks travel.
Right. No risk, no reward, right? Any specifics on what's on the other side of that?
Nothing. I mean, other than the few bits of information on the few planets and moons in the system, that's about it.
Right. Okay.
There is one little blurb here. I'm like just finishing the decoding on it. There seems to be the details of an old ancient trade route, spanning from the Breach to BL 551 and 5 other systems that we've yet to encounter.
Trade routes.
Maybe worth me spending some time and seeing if I can further decipher this, make use of it.
Right. Yeah, I think so.
I will give you actually one more piece of information that you'd have been able to read. The ship that was making these warp routes was called the Emperor's Wrath.
Oh, the Emperor's Wrath. Does that ring any bells to me in my training or anything that I've heard of growing up, or myths or anything?
No, but it would have been you would have also had basic details on the ship. It was a rogue trader's ship. You don't know what family or who was in control of it, but it was an extremely large class of ship, probably cruiser or larger, from what you can tell.
Okay. Did we find anything else other than this data cache?
Nothing of note. Not really. I mean, like, there was some kind of thing that broke out of the ship, but, you know, long gone by now, so hopefully.
Yes.
Guess we'll find out.
Oh, and you wouldn't know about the Xeno stuff either, unless you told him.
It's just kind of like random Xenos tech junk.
Stuff we found. You didn't ask if anything good.
Nope.
If you're okay with it, I'd like to head to my quarters and see if I can start working on this trade route.
Yeah, sure. Have fun.
Thank you. And I take the cash and head off into my quarters.
Does he still have powdered sugar all over him?
I'm covered. Yeah. Yeah.
It might as well be cocaine.
It could be. It's all in my face. Like it's just everywhere. It might be.
So,
Pile of powdered pastries.
how would you guys like to proceed now?
Well, the navigator is off doing that, right? So we can't really like travel right now.
We can travel. We just can't really warp jump very well without him.
Yeah, well, you can't really warp jump, but you could totally go to the station if you like.
Station was a day away.
You can go check out the planets before you decide to warp somewhere else.
Yeah, planets.
The moons.
The moons. I was gonna say, wasn't it just a gas planet?
Yeah, it's
there's-
a gas planet
Yeah.
with some moons.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
moons.
The
And-
moons don't have atmospheres. Oh, one of them has a minor toxic atmosphere, but
Yeah.
Uh,
Void suits
One-
should be able to.
one of the moons had the station next to it, so
Yeah.
mine
the large one, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we would start with the closest one and work our way to the largest where the station is.
Yeah, the one kind of on the outside orbiting the gas giant is the largest one with the station.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to go there?
I think eventually, yeah, like we'd kind of like hop through and do that.
Takes about a day to
Yeah.
get there. So you guys go about your everyday whatever you'd like to do.
Yep. I sent you a
Um,
DM. And
yes.
Yep. Okay.
I will reply to that momentarily.
Okay.
So you guys takes you about a day, and would you like to start orbiting this? Basically, would you like to get in orbit near the station, or would you like to just orbit the planet? The moon, sorry.
Also, in the span of a day, I have grown a Gretchen.
Okay.
He now follows me around.
All right.
I took the runs perk, so I have a Gretchen.
I assume he was already there, but
No, they grow.
they grow in a day.
Orcs grow in a day. It depends on the culling, but due to the perk, I could generally grow them whenever convenient.
Yeah.
If I spend a few hours on a planet or in an engine room.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Moon.
Does the station look inhabited?
it is not active.
Does it have docking space?
It does.
Why not just dock? Yeah, just dock.
Okay. So what you may do now, depending on what your priorities are, you can force the doors open into the station and head in there, see what's there. Or you may start an active augury on the planet to see what is there. It's really up to you.
How big is the station?
It's not a massive station. It's larger than the ships that you saw. It's probably about half the size of the station you guys were originally started on.
How big was that station?
It's pretty large. It was I mean, like, getting into specifics is difficult, but it's
Kilometers? How many kilometers long is it?
maybe 4 or 5.
Not horribly big. Big enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's big enough to house. It's big enough to dock your ship onto, and it's big enough to house, thousands of life forms,
Right.
or otherwise.
Okay.
Okay, so
What was that?
Just neighbors shooting off their Uzis, apparently.
oh yeah. So you guys have the option of checking out the station, doing kind of scanning the planet. You could probably scan the station as well if you want to get more information on it, either as you're coming in or.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay, I will then require a awareness with your detection.
17. 3.1 degrees of success.
Okay. And I'm going to carry on from where we were before with the crit success from Hippie. This going along with the success on the awareness and the scan, this appears to be more of a scientific / research station. Like, going by what you guys know of the Imperium and the intricacies of how everything works there, you would imagine this is a offshoot faction that was trying to do some kind of illicit research in, you know, kind of backwater space where no one would find them, you know, based on everything you found out so far. There are no guns on the station. There's no kind of defenses. There's a few turrets for, you know, boarding action, stuff like that, long since depowered. The entire station, aside from basic backup systems like life support, is depowered as well. You will also get vague blips of life, kind of centered in certain areas of the station.
Vague blips of life.
That's the best you can do.
Any particular areas of the station that they're focused on that would be like, okay, this is XYZ section of the station?
Yeah, there are a couple of like power centers, and they're mostly centered. The blips of life are like centered around there, but kind of, you know, just that's where the core of them are. You can get like an idea of them being spread out all over the place as well, if you understand what I mean. But like the core of them are at the
Okay.
where the heat is, basically.
Right. Okay. All right. Let's bring weaponry before we go, and get properly equipped. Anybody who wants to stay behind can, I guess. Where's Ward?
Right here.
I didn't know if he was still on the bridge or if he had gone back to his quarters or what.
I really don't. I think he's been walking around talking to people, honestly.
Oh, okay.
So he's not with us?
No, probably.
I go on the Vox and I start singing for him again.
I mean, then he would go try to find the fairies on the bridge.
Is he still like?
No.
Oh no! You still
he suffered permanent brain damage.
Right.
I'll make my way up there with my new Gretchen friend.
Okay.
Right.
I have this horrible feeling that the new punching bag is going to be the Gretchen, grow a new Gretchen. Instead of like, this is his answer to killing your guards, basically.
Yeah. That works,
Let's
right?
hope
This
so.
was always the answer to killing the guards.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys are all on the bridge now, excepting Marius, who can be there if he would like to be. You know, by the way, Marius, that this is gonna take so much time to decipher.
Oh yeah, I would probably just like get it set up and like enter the information to my terminal and make my way back to the bridge after like a half hour or so.
Well, you have like a day to kind of like pour over it a little bit more.
Oh, okay. But yeah, it would just be like intermittent. You know, I'd be picking at it. I'd still be.
Yeah.
Most of my focus would be on the my task as navigator and pilot. But yeah.
Oh, I've given my slugger to my Gretchen.
Okay. Cool. Sure, you'll take it back momentarily when someone pisses you off.
No, he literally has like almost double my ballistic skill.
Yeah.
So.
So you guys are all on the bridge now. You have this information of a couple of like centered blobs of life at kind of the power heat areas of the station. Station is depowered. You can work your way in if you would like, or you can start scanning the planet. You can go somewhere else. As I said, you can do whatever you like.
If you want to scan the rock, me and the gits can get to welding the door open.
What?
I can cut a door open while you scan the planet.
Okay. Have fun with that.
I start scanning.
Okay.
I'm gonna cut the door.
Okay.
We already did
That
the scan,
would
though.
be-
No, on the planet, not
Oh.
on the. Yeah. Well, the moon.
Yeah.
Well, there is a planet, but it's just a gas giant.
Yes, the planet is a gas giant.
Yeah.
So that will be a awareness with plus to the detection of the ship, which is 17, and that will also be a tech. But if you're using your orcs, you can always use your intimidation as well.
I will intimidate them.
Okay.
I succeed.
Everyone succeeds. So plus 10 to your tech.
Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Ah!
Okay. So what you guys get from this scan is much more detailed. So it is that one. What you see and what you find out is that there is very little on this planet. It is completely frozen over. There are no obviously there are no like continents to speak of. There are no islands. It's just a ball of ice basically. However, on trying to scan specific parts of the planet where you kind of get some blips and stuff, there are decent mineral resources on this planet. They will unfortunately have to be mined up. You know, so you to get at them, you'd have to get some form of mining equipment and colonists. You'd probably have to set up some form of habitat for them to live in as well. It would be a reasonably large reasonably large kind of undertaking to take on. But yeah, from what you can tell, there's especially a large portion of radioactive material on this planet. Also gemstones, kind of things along the line of like gold and silver, that kind of like ornamental metals as well. Those are the main ones, with a little smattering of exotics and industrials.
Alright.
Aside from that, it's a dead world, so there's not too much interesting on there.
Mm-hmm.
Good mineral resources, it's worth noting, but nothing too much you can do about it right now. In terms of breaking through the door, would you just like to break through the door instead of...
Instead of fighting over the welding torch, just gonna break it open. Yeah.
Okay.
The door to the station? Or
Yeah.
to... Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, you're orcs. You break through it.
Okay.
Eventually.
So have we boarded the station then?
Yep.
So, what I will remind you guys you have a ship full of red shirts. If you would like to order them onto the station instead of going yourselves, you're perfectly welcome to do that.
There's a complement of them coming with us.
Okay?
Like, I don't really like to do basic like off-ship missions. I just hit my mic. But in this situation, I'm going to send like a small contingency of my oathsmen.
I will remind you that the same style of ship held navigator charts.
True.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not telling you.
In this situation, I'm gonna come along. I'm gonna suit up and come along in this situation.
Yeah, I'm not telling you you have to go, but I just wanted to, you know.
Yeah, no sweat.
In this instance, I feel like it would be heavily in your mind that was just found. So there's a high possibility of more, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Would everyone like to go in this advanced party, I guess, into the station?
Is anybody staying behind? I think
I'm
that's
not.
a no.
No.
Okay. So, I would imagine, and feel free to correct me, everyone, that it would you probably send in a squad in front, and then you guys would kind of be in the middle, and then there'd be like a rear guard of a few people kind of bring up the rear. So
Yep.
what I would say you guys see is, has anyone ever watched Alien or Aliens?
Mm-hmm.
I would hope
Know
everyone
that-
here has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Favorite movies.
You know that very flickering lighting in this kind of like derelict space station?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen a horror movie with a flickering light?
Yes. This is very much what you walk into. This space is very, very expansive. Like, you know, we're talking a good like 10 orcs high in terms of ceiling.
It's a great unit of
I
measurement.
love this measuring system. It's very good.
There's a certain point, and I'm bad with distances and stuff anyway, so there's a certain point where you just have to use orcs.
That's not a good measuring system either. But okay.
What I will tell you is that it is extremely creepy. You get the feeling, you know what? Let's just get a roll, shall we?
Is it possible from how many astropaths are on the ship? Is it more than just us three?
The astropath is
three.
just you three, yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Then I guess I probably shouldn't take both of them with me. I was gonna say if I could take both of them with me, but then that would leave the ship with no astropaths. So
Yeah, you can if you like. They are, technically speaking, your subordinates.
Yeah, Delta would
And
still
then-
advise her not to bring either of the astropaths.
If
Yeah,
you're
no.
if you're worried about comms, we are within regular Vox distance.
yeah, no, I'll leave them on the ship.
Okay. So I just have to figure out which one's which here. Yeah, okay, so that one's that one.
Which device to kill us with first?
Oh yes. So these ones would be. Let's go with this. And. Okay. So. You guys have the feeling that you're being watched. You can hear kind of the clack clack, like very, very faintly. Let's get an awareness, actually,
Oh, yay.
From everyone?
from everyone.
Okay.
1 degree of success. 2.6
Oh.
degrees of success.
My eyes are
And-
closed.
Wait, I have does this I don't know if this would matter, but I have heightened sound sense. Does that
This
help at all?
would have given you a plus. I believe it's a plus 10.
Oh, so should I re-roll that then?
Well, you still
Uh,
failed by 4.7
yeah, you-
degrees, so it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, so it would have been a 3.7 instead.
I'm gonna
Oh,
roll-
wait, is that automatically calculated?
No,
no.
no. It's still it would have like helped with the 10, right? Like so.
Yeah.
You're still at a significant failure unless you want to use a fate point to re-roll,
Yeah.
which you can do since time.
But we all hear it anyways, right?
So,
Do you want me to roll for the Gretchen? I got a 2.4 already, but
nah, that's fine.
okay.
So Fred and Delta
Mhm.
and Grim, you guys see shadows moving. The rest of you hear click clacks of what can only be described as claws on metal.
Ooh.
And what I will tell you, let's get a roll of a D10 from, I'm gonna say, Loke.
Seven.
They are everywhere. Like as you step in and Yeah, it's kind of from the ceiling, from the walls. So yeah, that's what you
Okay.
hear as you move.
I was like, I'd just be like, looks like we're surrounded.
I'm just gonna pull out my big chopper.
This is exciting.
I'm gonna take my pistol out, and then I'm gonna just open up my senses and see if I can feel anything with sign of science.
Okay.
Power sword.
Oh, is that what that is? Like, is that how you use that?
It senses psychic things. So.
Oh, okay.
I got my
Can
power
I
sword ready to go.
that?
Absolutely.
Cool.
Yo.
Oh, can I do it?
Sure.
Can he?
Yeah, no, he can.
Oh,
Oh,
He's psychically sensitive.
Oh, yeah, he is.
huh.
So what I will say for all of you,
That's
because
cool.
it is the exact same thing, is you don't really sense anything. Aside from the clacking and the shadows moving. And what you do now hear, as long as you don't like run back the other way, is a heavy thunk. And this isn't like clacking, this is like
A thunkin'.
any of you who've seen the small Imperial Sentinels, sounds a bit like that.
What is that?
It's kind of like, you know, the walkers in Star Wars, like
Uh-huh.
the smaller ones.
Mhm.
It sounds like the alien queen running down a hall.
No,
No,
it's a bit slower. It's bipedal, so it's
walking
it's,
down the hall. Then
yeah, so walking.
Does it sound like a power loader just walking down the hall?
Mhm.
No,
Okay.
something large is walking down the hall.
Something large is walking down the hall. And coming around the corner, because obviously walking into the station, coming around the corner, you see what you can only describe as a large, muscled, bigger than an orc. Okay, so for you guys as players, it looks like a fucking minotaur. For you guys, it's a big, muscled, cow-faced being.
Boy.
And it roars. A loud, like, spittle coming all out of it. You see, like, its hands are bigger than, like, its arm. Like, it has giant mutated hands, basically. It has horns and all this kind of thing. And it kind of stares you guys down. There's a moment where everyone kind of just trembles inside, like all of your regular troops tremble inside, and they're not really sure what to do. Would you like to try and steady them,
Yeah.
Delta, or anyone really?
Yeah.
Can I?
One thing that if the captain is steadying them, I would just take a quick step forward so no one would be in front of me, and I would look at it with my third eye.
Okay. What I will say is there isn't enough light currently.
Oh, so I do have. It wouldn't be able to see me even with my dark sight. Cool.
Yeah, it would take too long in this instant to like walk. You'd have to push through quite a few people.
Yeah, we have a guard ahead of us.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I give a wah in return.
Sure. Roll me intimidate. And what would you like to do, Delta?
Well, I was gonna make a not rousing speech as a drunk captain.
Okay.
Don't die.
Right, finally some action. If you don't die, drinks on me.
Actually, I'm gonna re-roll. And do
Sure.
Command? I don't know.
Command, yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and use one of my plus 10s just for funsies.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Nice. So there's a moment when it feels like everyone is shifting backwards, but with Delta's rousing encouragement, and obviously they all, regardless of anything else, like how scared they may be, they all want to impress the rogue trader captain. And then, of course, the incredibly loud roar back from their orc kind of steals them, and they all level their guns. They get into position, defensive position, ready to fire. And then the clacks from the ceiling get quicker, get louder. Everyone looks up, and just descending in a pile on top of this weird bull creature is there's enough light for you guys to see this, is what looks like a mix between a panther and a Komodo dragon, except for probably about a half as big. So like a Komodo dragon plus another half a Komodo dragon in size, and about 10 of them leap down on this thing, and within a couple of seconds tear it apart.
Huh.
Oh,
And that's
I
in there.
was not expecting that.
That's the end of the episode.
That is the end of the episode.
Oh man, I wonder what that is.
Yeah, what the heck?
Oh snap!
I
Well.
can bring to mind the Xeno species, but I can't remember what the fuck they're called.
Well, these aren't Warhammer lore specific. These are crafted by me myself.
Okay.
Yeah. Awesome. I love it.
Oh, I'm thinking of
How the
Crow.
turntables.
Mm.
We're gonna have to fight that thing, but then it just got
Well, we're probably gonna have to fight the other things.
yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna fight the small things. And no,
Yeah.
I'm thinking of chromes, which are a bit different, more Tyranid-like.
I like custom
So-
creatures. Yes.
One thing I told the players at the beginning of this session, just for everyone watching who's interested, is that there was one system that had actual fatal danger in it.
Yes.
From where you start in the breach. This is the one.
Yes. Thank you.
You guys
Ellie.
managed to pick the one system.
Yes.
I literally just said a random number.
It
That's
was
perfect. I'm so
If
excited.
you had rolled right, it should have been all of them have fatal dangers in them. One of them
mean-
happened to have the Chaos Fleet.
There is a rejected system with
Yeah, you were telling me. Yeah, I remember you were talking about it.
wait, where is
I
it?
love.
Oh, that's great.
16 Corsair class escort Dark Eldar ships.
Ah! Fucking Dark
yes.
Eldar.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jesus.
16. That's why I fucking rolled.
Ah!
That sounds bad.
It's not. I really don't feel like it's as bad as like a fucking Chaos Incursion.
No, but for a rogue trader ship just starting out,
One,
that's just death.
one
man.
raider versus 16 raiders. I'd take that fight.
Mhm. So anyway, yeah, you guys managed to pick the one system which had the possibility of, horrible murder death.
Well, that's the one system we want then.
There are better systems.
I mean, this
None
is the most exciting of options.
yeah,
None of them
it's
have
true.
potential murder death in them, apparently.
Yes, as far as death goes. Awesome. Well then, okay. Episode 3 is now complete. Beyond the Breach. Death awaits us all. That's what that lesson is. I'm very excited to see what happens next week. We did have a shorter episode this week due to our late start and all that, but we'll be back and hopefully on time next week. So if you haven't caught up yet and you still need to, now's your chance because you got an extra hour of time to listen to other things. So let's go quick round table and do our outros, and then we will wrap things up for the evening, and we'll be back next week. Let's start with Bobby.
Sounds good. What's up, guys? I played Marius Actian here tonight. It was a lot of fun. Can't wait for some serious alien killing next week. Hopefully, I'll finally be able to unleash my eye on some little shits and melt them to nothing. So
You almost
We'll
did.
see.
What are you talking about?
I know it was so close. I know, but I want to really use it though. Like I really just want to roll that D4 or the D10 and just kill some stuff. But yeah, that was fun. Follow me at on Twitter at IronChefBob, and yeah, I'll see you guys next week.
Okay. Hippie.
Hi, I'm Crazy Hippie 69. I'm Variety Caster on Twitch. You'll find me over on my channel, Crazy Hippie 69 at twitchtv.com. Yeah, I'm excited to go crump some little space kits. Though now I wish I'd grabbed a squig. Oh well, next time.
Yes, very good. Loke.
Hi, I'm McLoken. I'm on several different shows on Twitch and around the place. Follow me at my Twitter at McLoken. I think Mondays and Tuesdays are the other shows I'm on, which is a Numenera campaign, Knights of Truth, and then a D&D Midgard campaign called The World Tree Burns. So, and I always tweet it out, so let me know. Bye.
Bye. No, I'm just kidding. Allie, your turn.
Hi, I'm Allie. I'm an artist and cosplayer. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at alizorah, but on Twitter it's with a 0, not an O. I played Ophelia today. I'm really excited to do some combat. I know we did ship combat, but that was probably very different than actual combat. So yeah, I hope we don't die because we just started the campaign. But
I mean,
no promises.
If worst comes to worst, you can run away and just send red shirts in, or just blow the station up. You really
Yep.
you have options.
That's true.
Yeah, but none of that's as fun as actually getting in the fight.
No, I know.
Yeah.
And
That's
this
also
is exactly what Delta wanted. She wanted.
Yeah, I really want to try out my my freaky psyker powers to a higher degree. So
I really wish I'd grabbed a squig now.
Well, who knows what's going to happen. But yeah, go drop those follows. And Sheepy, please, if you don't mind.
Hello, I'm Sheepdog, and when I'm not giving my players just very tempting stations or crafting Dark Eldar fleets of destruction, you can find me by looking for me. Good luck.
I posted the links in chat. If you're listening to this on YouTube or on the Patreon podcast, then you guys can look at the links below. With that said, I'm Metamancer. This is my channel that you guys are listening / watching from. I played Delta, who is the very bad captain. We'll call her captain, but she's not a great captain. And I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. I don't know if we're all gonna die. Delta doesn't really care if she dies because she's just looking for excitement in this world, and she's been very bored about life for a long time. Thus the alcohol issues. But that aside, you guys can drop a follow here or on YouTube or on Twitter. The Metamancer on Twitter. Again, links are all in the things below. And we will see you guys next week for another episode. We'll be back with episode 4 to see if we all die, basically, is what we're looking into. So thank you guys for hanging out, and we will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.